Hello, fellow collectors. I'm Anthony with Anthony's Comic Book Art, coming to you with a heavy heart today as we hear that one of the all-time favorite, most popular artists in the history of Marveldom has passed away, and Sal Buscema. I had nothing but positive interactions with him when I did see him. Very down-to-earth, nice, gentle man. I got the feeling that well, you know, I don't want to be negative about it, but I don't know if he had that great of a relationship with his older brother. His older brother definitely had a more Hall of Fame style, but Sal was a very down-to-earth craftsman. You know, he outworked John in the end, really. I mean, he probably did twice the output if you look it up. And, you know, Sal was a big part of my childhood in the way that he was doing these stories that I loved. He was doing, first of all, the most favorite thing in my childhood reading experience was the Avengers Defenders crossover. And the fact that he was doing the Defender side, and he had a good inker on him, like Frank McLaughlin is the first that comes to mind. That look of those issues was some of my favorite thing in the history of comics. And then on the other side, the Avengers side, oh my God, it just didn't look very good. So, you know, there's a term I use and people use as far as house artists that didn't have a very distinguishable style and didn't really separate themselves from the pack. You know, they were just, they had a job and they got the job done. But Sal was more than that. Sal had a definite, I'm going to say Hall of Fame storytelling style. And in respect to the very memorable runs that he had on different stuff, like that Avengers Defenders crossover, but he was, after Trimpy, he was a generational Hulk artist. Don't forget that. So let's put him up there. Let's put him up there with at least an honorable mention Hall of Famer. And, you know, that just, and like I said, every time I had a chance to talk to him, interact with him, just a really down-to-earth, sweet man. The last time he did a show in New York, I think was a Big Apple show. I don't remember what year, but he refused to take money for sketches. He just sat there and did sketches for everybody, like old school style, like when comic book artists were just grateful that somebody wanted something by them, you know? And he was just grateful that his fans wanted something by him. And then I talked to him about, you know, getting out more. And he says, nah, this is about it. I'm retired. I don't want to. And, you know, again, just very down to earth and sweet guy. So, you know, it's another, great one that we've lost. You know, he was about 90 years old, so I get that. You know, he was working when I was a child, so he had to be up there in years. And, you know, I, as a collector, you know, that started collecting pages first, the first thing I wanted was Sal Buscema Defenders pages, Sal Captain America pages, Trimpy Hulk pages, and what else? You know, all the kind of, well, Buckler, I like Buckler, and they're all gone now. But I love the fact that he was one of the greats from that 20-cent period when I was a child, and which instilled in me, from reading those issues, the love of comics. He was very influential in that respect. That led to this, led to me being a dealer and having the biggest website in the country and such a huge eBay store and being such a big part of this comic book business as a vendor and a dealer. So yeah, an influence on me, a great influence on the comic book industry and artists as a whole. Will people be saying, oh, what a generational talent? Not so much. Maybe his older brother has that distinction and he doesn't. But I want to give Sal the credit he deserves in the respect that it was an influence on me, helped instill in me the love that's brought this business into fruition as I have become what I am in this business today. Look at this. Kevin. This is just 1/3 of the warehouse. And so, again, thank you, Sal. You're one of the greats.